we know that that using the quick selection is really not giving us a very good selection on this particular building. So I'm going to deselect it. So wherever it's marqueed, it is working right now, and I'm going to go select, deselect. So now it's not selecting anything. So my other choice is the slightly more primitive magic wand tool, but I have more control over it. And this one, this is kind of interesting because you have the tolerance measure, which I believe I talked about. Okay. And we leave anti-alias and contiguous on. Okay. But now it's 32. I've told it a point sample. What that means is whatever pixel it's on that's the one that is the baseline, and it's going to accept, it is going to be tolerant of things that are 32 somethings away. They're different in 32 ways. So if I click right here, it actually, you're joking me. Wow. All right, I don't have to do the fancy thing I did. This is an awfully good selection. Wow, let's zoom into where we were before. So 32 with a single point. Okay, you can see it's around all of these characters. Okay, and it oftentimes just depends where you started it. So it is followed this black line up here, which is actually for lightning. It distributes lightning so that lightning strikes don't destroy it. And these are lightning rods as well. So wow, looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks extremely good. And let's just take a look and see what happens. And let's go over here for it because I've got a lot more variety. There we go. Okay, because that grab is going to give me some gray, not all of it. And I could look at it and do selection, and I could do modify, expand. It's saying expand by 1 pixel. So let's just see. Okay, that is doing a better job of coming inside the gray. Can you see? If I go Command Z, and then I go edit redo, that the shapes are going to be there, but it's not going to have really that gray outline. It's even going to step inside of there. That 1 pixel change is actually pretty nice. Except I lose the horn here. And that is actually a horn. So I think I'm going to go back to the original grab. I'm going to leave it. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is delete the background. Now, is to delete all this gray sky because it's boring and gross and all that stuff. So now I've turned off the original background, and I'm just going to push the delete key. I could do edit clear, and then you can see that that's transparent. So that has been deleted. Okay, this is pretty nice because it's got this here. But the real way we can see what's weird is the real way we can see this is when we put another color behind it. So just so you know, if you didn't see it disappear, that might mean that background that's still intact is back there, because it's showing you the gray sky. Here's that. And one of the ways I can do it, I can bring in the sky I'm going to bring in. Let me see what my windows are. Okay. I can go open recent. All right, it's not showing me any of those, but I can do open. Let me just see what I get. Documents. CUCCMS this semester, 212, teaching materials, poster assignment. Okay. Poster demo pictures. I had a Bayesian sky. There it is. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I've now got this sky picture. I'm going to copy it all. I'm going to come back over to the Qing tomb. I am going to actually light up that background, and then I'm going to paste it. And now the sky is in there. And you can see that all that stuff is not perfect. The line around the top, but and these trees just make this actually incredibly, that makes it incredibly hard. And it doesn't look all that good, but we can get in there and fix a little bit of that. We can scale this. Okay, that's showing me that how much bigger that picture is, that sky is. So I'll go there. Maybe we'll bring, whoops, it's a little weird. Okay, so this particular tool is forcing me on aspect ratio. Actually, I've got it locked right there. So the aspect ratio is locked. That's why it's doing that. If I unlock it, I can bring my clouds up. I can bring my sky up and then have an appropriate and interesting sky, right? Okay, that's one way we do it. So I'm going to come back to this sky in a minute, but I also want to clean up around the edges, because you can see up here, this doesn't look natural or correct because it's underneath that wire. The other stuff looks fine. It does. And so I'm going to zoom in here. And I can see that there's a number of things that I want to cut out. And I'm going to do that. And hopefully it'll be fairly easy with the magic wand. And so we'll take a look at that. But another way to do it, well, we can see it, but if you ever have problems seeing it, what you can do is create a layer. Let's new layer. Okay, I'm just going to call it color layer. Okay, and then there it is. And there's nothing on it right now. But what I'm going to do, edit, fill, Okay, I'm gonna go back for a minute. I'm gonna change this top chip. I'm gonna make it crazy red. Then I'm gonna go edit, fill, foreground color. There we go. So now we can really see the white popping out. But man, that is beautiful stuff around the edge of that. So that 32 with the single point was great. So now what we can do is we can zoom in to some of these spots, and so it gets pretty pixelated. I'll go back one. All right, then I get the magic wand. The magic wand, oh, it's the wrong place. So I need to be on background copy 2. That's the one we're cutting. Okay, then I have to deselect. Okay, now okay, I've selected the white, but I'm gonna, let's just see. So that could leave the wire in. So let's just see. Because that's what we used before. Okay, so I'm trying to grab all that white. And actually, it's still holding up pretty well. Oh, man. Yeah, this is nice stuff. Do not underestimate the magic wand. Okay, I didn't like where I hit that. Let's hit that there. There we go. That's a little better, I think. Okay. And the point is, part of it is we're zoomed way in here. And these wires are natural, but we just don't want the white background. So the wires will be super skinny and stuff. And if it looked real horrible, you can come back and do some other things with it. But I kind of like them on there. It feels realistic and normal. And so this is a point sample. Tolerance is 32. It's this first button, anti-alias contiguous. Yeah. We'll see what we've got in a minute. So you cannot not zoom into your pictures and grab, if you really want to clean it up. And somebody in class was asking about making it look more realistic. The more complex edges you can have where the two connect together, the more realistic it will look and be connected. Oh, dude. All right. So if we now go back to, oh yeah. I do Command D. The wires aren't totally perfect, but they're up there, and that's a really clean grab on there. And if I switch it to the sky, not bad. See, the problem is this mountainside looks so gray, it attracts a huge amount of attention to itself. So I can give it a go now, a little bit of trying to grab it. And let's see what we get. And using the magic wand, 32 is the default number that you're going to get. That's what it's going to show you when you go there. And let me see. All right, now that for me, let's see what it deletes. See, obviously there's a problem here. Let's try something a little different. And I'll deselect. I'm going to take this number down by half. So I'm going to take it to 16. There we go. Now you can see it didn't grab this green because it's less tolerant. Let me see what I get here. I'm going to shift click so I've got plus. Oh yeah. All right. I can probably go in there a little. Nice. Go in there a little bit. There we go. I could even grab whatever that is, hopefully. There we go. And I'll go down and clean up closer to the building, but now I can delete that. I can deselect it. And what you can see is there's some stuff there, but this is a little more of a natural look. Okay? It's clearly not perfect, but what I'm going to do now is zoom in. So you can come in, let's go, okay. And that stuff's not our friend. So let me go back to the magic wand. Yeah, I had a good feeling about that. Okay. And on one tool we haven't looked at all is the eraser tool. So the eraser tool is right there. It looks like a pencil eraser. Okay. We can try the magic eraser tool, but let me show you the eraser tool first. So that's a little too big. So up here, we can change the size. This is called the brush, but we want it to be smaller. So let's just, we'll make it 20 pixels. Okay. And I like to soften the edges a little more. So 70, so there. And then because I'm on that layer, it very simply erases whatever I go over. Okay. So we just look and we find, and you can see. Let's for a second try the magic eraser. Okay. That says tolerance 32. Okay, so it's some of the same stuff as the magic. Okay. Seems a little dangerous. But then I don't have to wipe. It basically is grabbing all the things I want to erase. Oh, what's that? See, I'm liking the regular eraser, not the magic eraser so much. The eraser tool, okay, because that one, and I can come up here and I can erase all these things. And you can always undo if you go too far. We've got all that there. See, that's not very nice either, actually. But let's erase the junk.
There, I have a question.
Yeah, ask a question.
Now I think it's easy to use this if it's if the background is one color. So if we had a background that have different colors, how can we do it?
Okay, so that's why part of the reason I put in this extra layer that's a single color. If that's what's empty and you're trying to erase, what helps me do that? Well, okay, sorry, I turned off the wrong thing, and I didn't even have to turn off the sky. But now, when I can see this on the red, I can really see the flaws in it, and it looks like I got most of them. Is that kind of what you're meaning? Like if it was a really complex sky?
Yeah, or it's like if you have a background that have several colors, not a particular color. a plain sky or a plain background. You know, there's some sky photos that are mixed colors. So if we want to fix it, should we only erase the extra things, or I'm not sure if you get me. Or...
Well, yeah, sorry, you're not seeing my face because I'm not totally getting you. But it's not really horrible. If you're going to put the sky in and you want to be sure that this is cleaned up, just put a single color behind you so that you can see what to erase. Because even what I just erased, if that was on a complex background, I wouldn't see all of those dots, and it would sort of leave it there and be messy. Yeah, is that?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay, if that kind of helps. Now, one thing I haven't shown you at all is the cloning tool. And if you're experienced with Photoshop, you know about the cloning tool, hopefully. And I previously in previous class spent a lot of time with this, and I was trying to fix it. That's why it's always cool when it does better things. But what the cloning tool does, the cloning tool, which is this right here, it'll say clone stamp tool, okay, will copy whatever an object is. So it's giving you that little demo right there. So I'm looking here and we've got kind of this mess here. Once again, you can make this bigger, etc. I'm not sure it needs to be completely 0 on hardness. Yeah, that okay. And I'm going to make it bigger for what I want to do. Okay. So what I'm going to do is grab right here. I'm going to push the Option key and the target comes out. So this means I'm going to copy this part of the picture to another part of the picture. So let me do it once just for craziness so you can see it. Okay. So I'm going to choose that spot. I'm holding the Option key. I've now clicked and I have a target. Now, once I start doing that, I can completely copy whatever's down there. So they showed you the cherry. Now I'm showing you the wall. Okay, so you can see it's a total copy of that from that distance. Now, I have worked on this particular picture in a different context, trying to take and make this stuff all open, and I just couldn't do it. So what my approach would be here is actually to Option, I'm going to target, and I'm just going to bring some tree and some leaves and cover up the hole. So there's even one. So that one might be better if my target is here. Let's go up there. And as long as you don't do it too many times, it's going to work pretty well. Now, okay, so I am noticing that some of this stuff is not completely perfect up here. And okay, but so that's one way to use the cloning tool is on some simple things. I'm just curious here. I'm going to see if I can add another branch. So I am going to do the Option key, and then I'm going to come here and just see if I can kind of add another branch. Now, I wouldn't keep that because that's obviously cloned. You can see it, it's exact. So that's not a good plan. It doesn't look as natural as it should. But if I go back to 0, Now see, at a distance here, we are not seeing all of that white stuff. So what I want to try, okay, remembering I'm on background copy 2, I want to try using the magic wand again. I'm going to take it back up to 32. Okay, I'm going to click it. And for the sake of seeing it, I am now going to modify, and I'm going to add 1 pixel. So select, modify, expand. It's going to go 1 pixel. I'm going to say OK, and then I'm going to delete. Then I'm going to deselect. We still have most of those shapes. You can see the little things up there. And if I zoom in, yeah, not bad at all. It cut out some of the white, and I really didn't lose much, but it cut out some of the white, but you'd have to do some adjustments there. Now, okay, so then I could bring in the sky. Now, this particular picture, see, the sky actually works a little better with this, but I just have this feeling how much I dislike that. So let's just see what the magic wand can do for us. Oh, dude. Okay, this may fix it. Yeah, that's going to require some cleanup, but that is a much better looking spot. Okay, so that, let me just get my eraser quickly. And I can even cut some of that off. I mean, it's actually much smaller than it appears. And actually what I do sometimes is I just follow along this edge using the eraser, and maybe I want my eraser to be smaller now, even smaller, because I want it to get into this spot and get away from there and get into that spot. And I can get some of this mess out of here. And even though some of those shapes look odd, they're fairly natural. So, and if I try to erase them, it will alter how they look, and they will not look as good. My eraser lines will not be as sort of random and organic and natural. So there I'm getting some of that stuff out of there. I can, ooh, look at, there's some stuff I can get out of there. And then even what I can do, I've got all that stuff there. It might be faster if I just grab the lasso. Make sure I don't grab any of that stuff. Circle around the whole thing, all the garbage. It's in that mode, and I've just erased it. And now if we go back to 0, hey, this is looking much better over here. I'm not sure I can do it here, but that's how you cut those edges. And this is looking really nice. Now, this is also looking very nice. So I'm going to try something just crazy to show you. I don't have any idea about this. So everything above that tree line is on invisible if we cut out those lower levels. So what I'm going to do, because I can see the wall, this will help me see it. I'm going to use the polygon lasso. I'm going to start down in this corner of the wall, come up to that corner of the wall, go across, come up to the building to there, then I'm gonna go bam, 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 and then I want to get on the corner of the building again. Okay. Go down this wall a bit and see, since it's bricks and it's straight, I can use the polygon. I can then come straight down to about there. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to say Command C, Command V, and so I've got this chunk now. So that is on the board, so that if I go to the Louvre, with my crazy, with that particular sky, with that sky, okay, then I could do Command V. Whoops. So I'm going to do the move. So probably better this way. I could cut it better, but I don't know. That's how you can do something that's kind of montage-like. And those two don't go together in any way whatsoever. I could even, it still has not been set, so I could take it to edit and I could do free transform. It's a little weird. It's very weird. I don't know what that is. Let's go back here. And on that layer, I'll do Command All. Then I can do edit, transform, free transform. There we go. So I could lock in the aspect ratio. There it is. And I could shrink it down. And then that's in a separate layer. And if I go Command D, so what you can see there is, even by getting it sort of clean here, it looks less unnatural without those little white things on it. So that's one way you can put something in there. Okay, I only had, we only had see what we've got. Okay, it's gone up to 8, which is still less than half. Okay. So I feel like some of you need to work on this. I am going to close it tonight at midnight. It will close. If you do it, then I can give you comments on it. So I am